You're watching Robb Report live at the North American International Auto Show. I'm Katrina Zisch, and I'm joined by Bill Ford Jr., the Executive Chairman of the Ford Motor Company.
Hi, Katrina.
Now, how have you really seen the Ford Motor Company change since you started on as CEO?
Every year changes a lot. I think, though, what's different now is we're on the cusp of really a revolution, which we've never seen before, which is morphing from just an auto manufacturer into a mobility company. We have cities around the world which are literally in gridlock. And so we're already seeing things like Uber and Lyft, in some cities restricting cars into city centers. And so this whole world of urban mobility, how we move people around, will change and it is changing, but it'll change even more in the next few years.
Now, how is that affecting the design of cars?
We're working on things like autonomous driving.
Yes, I've been hearing a lot about that. It's a buzzword.
It is a buzzword. You know, self-parking, all these things that make city driving much easier. For instance, we announced today something called the Ford Pass, which can find you open parking spots. You can pay for it right from your app. You can reserve it from your app, so it'll hold the spot for you. Kind of wherever you look, technology is changing the game of the auto industry.
I also want to talk a little bit about what you did with the Rouge Plant in Dearborn.
The Rouge was once the icon of 20th century manufacturing, and at its height it employed 100,000 people in one site, which is amazing. But over time it had kind of fallen into disrepair, and we started to reimagine what a completely green and human space could look like in a place like that. So we started, and we had no idea where this journey was going to lead us. So today, it is the most sustainable manufacturing site in the world.
I heard there's grass on the rooftop.
It was the largest grass roof in the world. I think there might be one larger now.
How dare they?
I know, how dare they? But the other thing that's cool is we've captured the paint fumes, and we're reusing that to power our fuel cells, which are help powering the plant. We have very low-tech things like permeable paving, so when it rains, all the water goes right down into the ground rather than flush through sewer systems. So you put not so great water into this swale of fields, and what comes out the other end is drinking quality water. Very low-tech, but very pretty to look at and very effective.
I think it's interesting because a lot of people wouldn't think that someone, of course, who's been in the automotive industry since birth, as you pointed out, would be so passionate about environmental issues and really combining that with the automotive industry and your products.
That really started when I was in college. I became exposed to a lot of cutting-edge environmental thinking, and it really resonated with me. And when I got back to Detroit, I was appalled at the lack of awareness and, frankly, the lack of interest in this issue. Yeah, it was a long struggle to get our industry and my company the head wrapped around it. But one of the things I feel really great about is in 2014 we were named the world's greenest company, not just autos, but of any company. And that showed me how far we'd come in the journey.
Bill Ford Jr., thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was really nice to see you.
Great to see you
Thanks.
too. Katrina Zisch, and you're watching Robb Report Live.